Fellow citizens and members of the press, this press conference is herewith called to submit to you all findings of the report on the complaint regarding the altering of the CPP framework document filed at the National Election Commission. Fellow Liberians, on May 19, 2020, chairpersons and political leaders of 4 political parties, the All Liberian Party, the Alternative National Congress, the Liberty Party, the Unity Party, signed a framework agreement, thereby establishing the Collaborating Political Parties, CPP. The FA signed on May 19, 2020 via Zoom, went through all of the rigorous legal and fundamental procedures ranging from validation to review and ratification by the respective executive committees of the 4 parties. On the same day of the signing of the FA, Mr. Alexander B. Cummings and the ANC, in line with the CPP rotational leadership, proportional tenure took over the leadership of the CPP. 5 copies of the FA were signed and given to the leadership of the CPP to be notarized, and each party served a copy. We'd like to note for the record that up to today's date, no party has received a copy of the document signed on May 19, 2020. On July 14, 2020, a framework agreement along with resolutions signed by absolute majority of the executive committees of the constituent parties was submitted by the CPP leadership under the guidance of Mr. Cummings to the National Elections Commission for certification of the CPP. On August 4, 2020, the CPP was certificated. On August 18, 2021, the ALP, through its political leader, Honorable Benini Debbie Ure, filed a complaint with the leadership of the CPP that the FA was tampered with before submission to the NEC. Fellow Liberians, on October 6, 2021, the National Advisory Council of the CPP received from the committee established to investigate the claims made by Honorable Ure, a 28-page report following a detailed presentation of the report, which thoroughly analyzed 3 separate framework documents. FA signed on May 19, 2020, amended FA dated April 25, 2020, named Lawyers Version, and the FA filed with the NEC. The CPP hereby presents to her partisans, supporters, and the Liberian people findings from the report. Let me, on behalf of the leadership of the CPP, extend our profound gratitude to the 5-member committee for the professional and impartial investigation they conducted and the balanced and credible report they have produced. We also want to extend our thanks and appreciation to Mr. Benini Debbie Ure for flagging and bringing to the attention of the CPP leadership and the Liberian people at large the altering of the CPP framework document, both in writing and verbal notification. We wish to state for the record that the National Advisory Council of the CPP in its October 6, 2020 meeting agreed that no executive and permanent member of the constituent political parties will make any public comments in the media, social, print, and electronic. On the report on the lawyers can review the report. In violation of this agreement, permanent members and executive committee members of some of the parties have made verbal and written comments in the social and traditional media in clear violations of what was agreed at the NEC meeting yesterday. We should also state for the records, however, that all the infractions, procedural transgressions, fraudulent inclines, as captured in the investigative findings, transpired under and during the leadership of Mr. Cummings and the ANC, who had the mandate and obligation to ensure that the procedures and other legal proceedings thereto leading to the filing of the CPP framework document why the NDC were done. The findings from in the investigation report were put under two categories: procedures leading to the submission of the FA to the NEC, and two, content change in the various FAs. The investigation finds that there were significant procedural lapses leading to the submission of the framework document with the NEC under the leadership of Mr. Cummings. Below are the findings on the procedural lapses and the content change, but we will do or read only two procedural lapses and two content changes until at the end of the press conference.